So the first thing you're going to want to do is take off the three 18mm bolts on each side. It's going to have two in front of the rear wheel and then one behind the rear wheel. So in total of 6 bolts, and they're 18mm. So the first thing you want to do before anything is get that off so you have all the room you need to work. Alright guys, well we don't have very much time and I hope you guys can see this, but we're going to start off by grinding off all the rivets to move these forward. So I mean, I'm gonna have the GoPro running so you guys can kind of see the work and progress or whatever, but I'm not sure if I don't really have a place to put it on, so I'm hoping that you guys can see where I put it. And let's get started. Alright guys, so we grinded off all the rivets for the, you can see there the floor, for the rear hangers, and here they are. There's the driver's side one, and then there's the passenger one. Rivets all grinded out. I already marked it here for pretty much the center of the shackle, or the hanger I mean, is gonna be lined up with that, and same on the other side. I don't know if you can kind of see the mark there. It's pretty much the centers are going to be lined up there, so let me do that and then I'll see what's next.
Let's talk it over.
So the stuff I got left to do, guys, is shorten all the wiring for the tail lights, the license plate light, and then my 7-pin wiring for like a tow hookup. I need to shorten all that wiring there. That's one thing. I need to fix the exhaust. I just hung it on the leaf spring bolt just so that my exhaust wouldn't be on the ground, just so like dirt won't get filled up. It probably has water in there, but it's not connected on, it's just pretty much dangling there. It's not connected on either end. I just hung it up so, like I said, it wouldn't be in the dirt, so that's not permanent. And then the truck is shortened now. Everything's nice and square. It measures exactly the same on both sides, so it's perfectly square with the frame. My axle butt, if you guys can see here, the wheel is not centered in the wheel well. It's a little more, it's pretty much, it's just an inch more forward than to the back, but that inch makes a really big difference on the way it looks centered in the wheel well. So what I'm gonna do, they sell these anti-wrap leaf spring purchase, and what I'm gonna buy them off of this like 4x4 page, or like on, pretty much buy them on the internet off this 4x4 website. It's pretty much gonna be like if I put a flip kit, I'm gonna make it so the axle will be on top of the leaf spring, so I'll be able to lower the truck a little more. And those have like so they have 3 slots, so you can either keep it centered, move it an inch forward or an inch back, and I'll move it an inch back, and then that way, right now it measures 3 inches there and 5 over here. So with the inch back, it'll measure 4 there and 4 there, and it'll be perfectly centered. And then for the drive shaft, I still need to do that. I'm gonna order it off of this company online also. Pretty much it's gonna end up running me like $200 to get the shortened drive shaft. And I could shorten the current aluminum one, but if I shorten it, those have like a 5-inch diameter, and since I'm gonna lower it, it'll probably end up rubbing on the cross member there. So I'm just gonna get the steel one, which is like a 3-inch diameter. Since it's a lot shorter, it doesn't really have to have much of a very big diameter for like the resonance or whatever. For like, sometimes they'll start like vibrating at high speeds. So since it's only gonna be like a 47-inch drive line from the tranny to the, or drive shaft from the tranny to the axle. So that'll be that. And then the brake line, I'm just gonna pretty much cut it and then bend it out a little bit, and then use the double flare tool to flare it, and then just pretty much hook it back up. And then I was gonna run the fuel tank under the truck, but pretty much the way it is, since you know the long bed, pretty much the first section of the frame would be up until there, and it's pretty much boxed. Picture the frame up boxed up to in here, over here. So I mean, my fuel tank wouldn't fit unless if I was to like bolt it like under my frame, but that would hang too low. And I don't really want to spend the money for a fuel cell, for a nice decent one. So what I'm just going to end up doing is I'm just going to mount the fuel tank here in the back. It's pretty much almost the perfect width, and then it fits pretty much up in here perfect. And I'm going to probably buy like a flat piece of metal, like a flat stock, and put it up behind this, that goes all the way from like this side all the way to the other side, or like angle iron, so that it kind of, because these tend not to be very strong. So I'm gonna do that, and then pretty much this is the original clamps that they use for the fuel tank. So they're not exactly mocked up now. I just kind of, well, I mean, they're just kind of mocked up right now so that you guys can see what I have in mind for it. And I'll just drill a hole there and then cut the excess off, and then that way it'll be clamped. And so yeah, I'll run an angle iron pretty much all across the back side of this, so that it won't end up bending this from like over tightening, because this here, even though it looks like it's strong, they're not really that strong on these beds. So that will be where the fuel tank will sit. I'll clean it up to kind of wash it and to make it look a little better. And then this one, pretty much same idea like that. Bolt it here, cut the excess off. And the fuel fill, I'll probably just run like a short, just to angle up, or maybe run it over here and bolt it to the side of the bed, so that it won't really be too, pretty much just run the tube here and just have the actual fill like right here with the cap on it, and just bolt it here. But I'll try to keep it below the, like the bed level line, I mean, even though it won't really make a big difference because you'll still see it anyways. But and then for the fuel lines, this one is like for the evap. I'm just gonna cut it right at this at the T there, and just put like a barb one, like the, because I ordered like a AN fitting kit, and I should have a lot of leftover hose, so I'm gonna just put it, slide it in there, clamp it, and then I'll end up cutting a hole here and then put a grommet, and then just run the two fuel lines here. I have the AN fittings for this, so I'll run those, and then this one only has 1 psi, so I'm gonna just put a clamp because it won't really make a big deal, and then just run it down through here and hook it up to my the fuel comes out, the actual hard fuel lines are like pretty much right under the cab, so I'll just run a short run to there, and then that'll pretty much set me up. And then since my fuel tank's going to be up here, I won't have to like worry about the way I route the exhaust if I want to do dual exhaust later. So yeah, that's pretty much it.